Oh my gosh, I can't see it. Okay, there we go. Heartache. Oh, every time I breathe in, I can't see.
My eyeballs are steaming.
Yes.
Hi and welcome back to the Ruby Munchies.
Why am I so tall?
I don't know, it's so weird. It doesn't feel like it's like that in real life. After her life falls apart, soft-spoken actress Laura Franco finds her voice again when she meets a terrifying yet weirdly charming monster living in her closet. Okay, so your monster definitely gives off the vibes of Beauty and the Beast, but it's a modern take on that. And I like what they do with it. It definitely gives you the vibes and feeling, but it's added theatrical feeling because there is a whole plot of a play that's going on inside that. But this film shines where it needs to in the claustrophobic house of Laura and her beast or monster. And that's where I wish it kind of stayed mostly, which it kind of does. But I don't know if it does what it sets out to do with the themes that it sets out.
I agree. Melissa Barrera stars in this, along with Tommy Dewey. Now, Melissa Barrera, she's Laura, but she's vulnerable. She's kind of her own antagonist in this too, which, I mean, that it sounds weird, but she is coming off of something, this circumstance that has her just destroyed, a little unconfident in herself, and then though, she continuously places herself in situations that can be frustrating, especially when it comes to her own relationship. We watch her pine over this dude who is just clearly not good for her. I mean, the guy doesn't care about anybody but himself. We can see that as the audience. She can even see that.
Yeah, there's a couple of tropes that the film falls into, which I think is on purpose. So we have this character that needs to grow, needs to be stronger for herself, stand up against the bullies in her life, or really just the toxic relationship in her life, or toxic relationships in her life. And we see her start to grow into that. So it's wonderful when there are moments in this film where she stands up, you know, she speaks out for herself, and you're finally going, yes, do that. And that's the part of the character I think that we love. That relationship that blooms out of her confrontations with the beast. She seems to grow stronger out of that. And I think that for me is the meat of the story.
Yeah, she makes these steps forward and then walks herself back, each time falling into these same traps. And that works to a degree.
It does, yeah.
Because we want to watch her grow, and we can see little bits of growth as she becomes a little more confident, a little bit more just sure of herself and finding her own voice. It works especially when she meets her monster.
Yeah, played by Tom Dewey, who I actually hadn't heard of before. Like,
watching him in the makeup, so he looks exactly like Ron Perlman did from the TV series Beauty and the Beast, right?
Yeah, he does, yeah.
But the voice, there was something about his voice that was so captivating.
There are humorous remarks from him that are laugh out loud, like genuinely funny. Then there are vicious moments of him as the beast, or just the monster, which are great for setting the lore, which incidentally doesn't do expositional dumping. It doesn't just say, here's a bunch of information that you need to know about the beast and its lore. None of that. It's all explored through what we see of his character on screen, which is beautiful. And what doubles down on that is when he's so good at his monologues, like Shakespeare. Ridiculously amazing and so poignant, and probably one of the best explanations of Shakespeare I've ever heard on screen.
Seriously. Yeah, it gives, like they should take this line from the movie and use it in every high school thing, because it really is going to help everybody understand what is they're reading. Because everybody's, I'm sure, light bulbs went, oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. I liked that there is this realism to him, and yet he is still idealistic, and he is fantastical, because he is very real, and he is tangible, and he is there. And we watch him interact and work with Melissa Barrera's character to to find her voice.
He's often the one that is spurring her on or letting her know that what she's experiencing via another person is not okay. And when he growls, you kind of want to growl. You know, he's like a guttural, deep monster growl. And you're like, yes, this is exactly when the film is shining, is those moments with them two on screen.
There's even a point where he's edifying her own emotions. He's reiterating them. He's saying, it's okay to feel this way. You should feel this way. It's not okay with what you've been telling yourself how you should feel. And to stuff that down, or to a stereotypical female, right? You need to be quiet.
Yeah.
You need to be subdued. You need to just smile. It says in here, you don't have to do that. It's not preachy. It's not going after men.
Regardless of the nasty people that are in her life, she's her own worst enemy.
Yes.
Because she needs to learn not to allow herself to be dragged through the mud and the various circumstances she places herself in.
Yeah.
So much so that it's sometimes very on the nose. She's on stage in the theater and she is no longer doing the part that she needs to be doing. And she's in the background and the director says to her, you're too much in the front, you need to stand even further back. Literally, physically saying, just in case you didn't get this, your worth is less than.
Yes.
And I think it's a powerful message. The problem is, when we get to the end of the movie, it undoes all of that.
Before we get there, though, this film doesn't know what it wants to be.
That's true. Yeah.
It was... after the movie ended, we all were talking, just Ruben, me, a couple of my kids, and just of, what did you think about it? Did you like it? Well, it was a lot. Is it purely a romance? No. It's also not purely a drama. It's not purely a comedy. It only has a horrific moment. It was struggling to find its own identity. Was it confusing emotionally? Because I didn't know where the story was trying to end up, where it was trying to progress.
So even if the message is convoluted or broken at the end of what they've been establishing the whole way through, the thing that they could have lent into it which would have been an easy way to go about it, because they'd already established everything within the movie.
The singing? Raise your hand if you knew Melissa Barrera could sing.
No,
I didn't. Can she? Absolutely. There is this moment that she and Tommy Dewey do a duet, and it is stunning. I mean, his is played up a little bit more for comedy and screechy and a little bit of rock type of thing in there. But he's trying to draw her out. And when she starts to sing, it was electric.
It's such a powerful moment in the film. And I wish there was more. I came away going, kind of want to see the play that's going on within the movie.
Yes. There were several different ways the ending of the movie could have gone that would have been satisfying, that wouldn't have negated the growth that we saw within the character, that would have, just been weird and been okay. I mean, the end kind of leaves you like...
Yeah. Well, for me, the movie has several messages, some of which will resonate, not so much with others. The central theme of battling and confronting your inner demons head-on is excellent. The problem is that it has a mixed message at the end of the movie, and it undoes the whole theme that the film was building with. So I give it 3 out of 5 Nicolas Cages.
Oh! There you go. We agree on the...
Yes, we do. Yeah, we do. Yeah.
All right.
You got one.
Thanks so much for watching, but most of all, until next time, remember, live long and Tuesday.